Jesu. Jesu. Jesu? Jesu. How would you say it?
Jesus.
Jesus. How do you say it, buddy?
Jesu? No, Jesu.
Jesu. You're Jesu. I'm going with
I'd
Jesu.
say Jesu.
Yeah,
We got the feeling you would say that.
I fucking knew you'd say Jesu.
Philistine. Jesu and Sun Kill Moon teaming up for a collaborative album. Well, I was pretty darn excited going in there. And you know what? First up, I got big old kind of shoegaze guitars. You know what? This deep kind of spoken word, muttering style vocals. And this is on the track, Good Morning, My Love. And the vocals were begging this question, what does rekindle mean? And I was like, shit, I should Google that.
You should Google that. You should put it in a dictionary.
Yep.
What did you find out?
What did I find out?
What did you find out?
Well, jump cut to me Google this on my phone.
Jesus, come on.
No, just put it away. Fuck that.
Rekindle is like,
It's like
when you have
it's
a fire,
and it's gone out.
yeah, and you need to like,
And then you need to put some more beer on it to make it light.
yes, but that exact thing is like a metaphor.
Doesn't sound like it'll work.
No, it doesn't work. We've tried. Lost a lot of fires. So, yeah. What were you feeling?
Okay, so problem I had with this.
Oh, we're
is
going straight
that-
in with problems.
Oh, straight in with problems.
God damn
Straight
it.
in with problems. I didn't think that the metal worked with the spoken word.
In the first song, I was sort of interested, but I felt like the ways I was interested in it, it never really like went through with it enough. Like the spoken word, I was like, I can kind of get this, but I think if this happens too much, and that is like the way pretty much the whole album is done, I was like, I'm gonna get real tired of this soon. And the metal stuff, it sounded nice, but it was just that. It sounded like they literally had just one big metal guitar tone just going,
It was a simple guitar
playing
riff
quite
as
simple
well.
stuff.
It was doing
And that was
simple drum beat.
All for like the whole song, really simple, really thin drum beats.
7 minutes long.
7 minutes. And
7 minutes.
That was a long old song.
And the first 3 songs are all like that.
Yeah.
First 3 songs are all the same thing, just a simple big guitar riff, the same tone, really
Except
simple
for
thin
the
drums.
third song, which did have a keyboard in there.
Yeah, I
They
like that.
they did add little bits. Sometimes it'd be like, there's a little extra, but it was mainly that. And I feel like that's.
And I was worried at that point. Once I got through those first 3, I was like, okay, I've been listening to this for about 20 minutes
if
now.
this whole
these
album
3
is
songs.
7-minute songs of just this,
Yeah.
it's going to be the worst thing ever.
It will suck.
And then the 4th track came in.
I still want to talk about the first track.
Okay,
Okay.
talk about
What
the
do you
first
think
track
about
then.
the first track?
First of all,
Was there anything interesting to talk about with it?
well, for me, it was 2 things that I don't listen to a lot of. You don't catch like the spoken word lyrics happening that much, the music I listen to anyway. And also I don't listen to a lot of shoegaze, like big old metal guitar stuff going on that much. And to get a mixture of the 2, I was like, this is refreshing. I'm enjoying this.
It was in the way, though, that, to reference something from last week, that crooner trap thing that Panic at the Disco did was
Yeah,
interesting
it was
to
a
me,
bit Frankenstein.
where I was like, it's a bit Frankenstein, and I'm cool with that. That interests me. That at least gives me okay, they put these 2 things together. But I didn't think it worked. I thought it was just a bit boring, and it went on for too long.
I thought
not
it was
doing enough.
interesting. I thought it wasn't so interesting about 4 minutes into that first song.
Yeah.
It kept going for
Way
another
too
3
long.
minutes.
A lot of the
new
songs on
song
this album
came in,
go
which was 8 minutes and 30
way too
seconds long. And then another song came in, which was 6 minutes long, and it was all kind of the same.
Yeah.
After
Oh my
about
God.
20 minutes, I'm thinking,
Yeah.
it can't keep going like this. But
It didn't.
didn't! And then fucking kicked off. Fucking kicked off.
I
with
do
last
think, though-
night I rocked the room like Elvis and had them laughing like Richard Pryor.
Firstly, fuck that name. It's way too long.
I liked it.
Way
I
too
liked
long.
it.
I did like it.
Do you know what? I think if they ended after Elvis, I'd be okay with it. If it was like last night I rocked the room like Elvis, I'd be like, okay, it's a bit long, but that's cool. I'm okay with that name. But like, I had to like morph my Spotify window so that the name would fit into the thing, so that I could read it all out. And
It was more up tempo. I
was-
thought it suited the vocals better because it
did.
was more like an ambient electronic thing.
My
which I
one
thought was
problem with
pretty
that
awesome.
is by this time I was like starting to get fed up with these vocals. I didn't think the writing and all of the writing was good in places, but I think it fell down quite bad at points.
Writing is in lyric
writing, yeah.
Lyrics.
Where it did just become sort of talking about nonsense.
Yeah, I thought the lyric writing was like really awesome and like profound at some points. It was like, wow, this is really cool.
And at some points, the
telling
exact
a cool story.
opposite of that.
And then sometimes like, shit, I feel like you're just giving me a list of things you did when you woke up.
Yeah.
And then I made a piece of toast. And then I got some butter on it.
Got real
And then
bad
I did.
points.
And then I went outside
And
and I
it
saw
just,
some guys.
it was so dreary as well. The fact that it kept going on in the same vein constantly, it was so dreary and boring.
And then I went to the studio to record some lyrics.
And I'm just
and
sitting
here
there
I
like-
am right now, and the song is coming to
And
an
like,
end.
the
Here we
whole
go.
song-
And this is a Neumann. What's it say? A Neumann something. I
Last
can't
night-
quite read the last bit.
Last Night that I'm
but
going to call it.
It's a
because-
great microphone.
Because the name is too long, I'm going to call it Last Night. And Last Night, I think, was probably my favourite song on the album. It had a really nice instrumental, but it was one of those things where even that got dragged down where I was like, I like the instrumental on this, but can you stop, like, moaning over it? Like, I really wish that you weren't just moaning over it.
One of my favourites was the next song, Fragile, where it was an acoustic guitar song. And he was talking about Chris Squire.
He did a lot of name dropping in this, didn't he?
He did. Chris
a lot
Squire
of
from
name dropping.
Yes. Talked about the Yes album. Chris Squire, of course, died of cancer quite recently. And he was talking about his friend, childhood friend, Christopher, who also had cancer.
This was one of the
Very
better
cancer-heavy
songs.
song.
However,
Very
this
cancer-heavy
had the same problem a lot of the earlier songs had.
You reckon?
It was 6 minutes of just like one
Oh, yeah,
guitar
but
riff.
I'll have you
way too
know.
long.
I'll have you know that this was actually one of the shortest songs on the entire.
And it was still too long and not enough happened.
In fact, I think it was the shortest song on the album. 5 minutes and 57 seconds long.
yeah, and it was still too long. That's what I'm saying. It was so.
I
'cause nothing
really
changed.
enjoyed it.
If they added more, they had some building up,
I
some
thought
progression.
I thought
think
that
I'd
that
love
particular
it, but
song, the story, it kept me interested for the whole time. Maybe it's because I would just really like Yes, and I like listening.
That
to
probably
people
helps.
talk about it.
That probably helps, especially because at that point I was just like, yeah, this is nice, but are you going to do anything else? Because your moany voice is getting annoying, and it's still going on, and it's still the same guitar riff. and
Yeah.
it's still going on.
But the entire album, it's him telling a story about different things, and it's a different type of backing, and that backing doesn't change. And I was saying, well, I slightly told Kit about this earlier. I was saying, once you get about a minute and a half into the song, you've kind of you know everything that's
Backing-wise,
gonna
yeah.
happen in the song,
Instrumental-wise, yeah.
and you've kind of decided whether you like it or not by
Yeah,
that
that's
time.
definitely
I don't
true.
feel as though in any song, once you've gotten 2 minutes in, you're gonna change your mind as to.
I'm going to
what
let you into a
think
little
about it.
secret.
yeah.
I actually really like the album. But there are a lot of songs where I feel like you only need to listen to it halfway through and then you can skip to the next song. Because,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
some of them just go on. Like, skip talking about things that just go fucking on. Like, the last song, Beautiful,
Beautiful
You.
You, 14 minutes.
Beautiful You is another one that had a
14
really
minutes.
nice instrumental as well.
Yes, it did.
And
it, really
it had.
did.
This is the thing that made me really like that song. He didn't talk through the whole of it. There was a lot of just
That's
space
true.
where they let the instrumental go, and I really liked it.
But still, he really went off on, like, the most mundane shit, though.
Yeah, when he came in, I was like, "Fuck off this track! It was good until you came." Oh.
I was really confused with this album at first. When I went into it, first 3 songs I was really not enjoying it. I was
Really?
like,
enjoying it.
Same.
it's
the first song I was
it's
like,
dragging.
I
It's
could like
dragging.
this, and then immediately I was just like, "This is too long." Next song is the same. Next song, oh god,
Yeah.
this is awful. This
I
carries
hope
on.
that it's not going to keep going like that, and it didn't.
Yeah,
And I'm happy that it didn't. I felt that Sally, 7th track, was kind of doing exactly the same as the first 3.
Yeah, it was.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it did.
Number 8, America's Most Wanted Mark Kozelek and
Yeah.
John Dillinger. I really loved the instrumental of this one, like, so much.
Like simple ambient guitar picking.
Yeah, it was like the
simple
chorus
drum
effect on
beat.
it. The lyrics again, like the vocal cadences just become like really
What did
repetitive.
you think about him reading out fan mail in the end of track 4, but then also reading out another fan mail at the end of track 8?
You know what? I liked it. I thought it was a really nice touch because you know what I feel? There's a lot of sort of super groups and just like collaboration albums that I feel like lack soul. They just like come together and do something. It doesn't feel like much is going on. But this kind of added like a little bit of narrative, added a little bit of context. It was like a little bit of glue that sort of gives the album something.
I was sort of okay with it because when it first happened, I was okay with it because I was like, I like the sort of the feel of it, even though I still think he's annoying and moany. but like, yeah, I think I'm sort of okay with it doing twice. But if he'd done it any more than that, I'd be like, all right, calm down. Now.
I thought the second time was already pushing it.
Yeah,
but
I
then
think it is pushing it.
I thought that the actual bit of fan mail was actually pretty good, and I quite enjoyed just hearing it. And it's definitely not your usual lyrics. He is telling a story, and literally just like telling a story throughout the whole thing. It's spoken word.
I want to say about some of them. There were some of the songs in here. I can't remember all of the ones I said it because there's quite a few. Father's Day is one of the main ones that sticks out like this for me. A few of the ones near the end that had that sort of more electronic sound. Where I didn't much like the production. I thought a lot of the sounds weren't too good. There was some like bass ops that were a bit dodgy. There was some in some of them the like split on the voice was way too much, and there was like no voice in the middle.
Right.
And it would like do
Were you
a weird
listening
stereo
on
delay
headphones?
thing, and it was annoying. Yes, it did not work on headphones. I listened on both because I like to give them. When that happens, I'm like, okay, I'll try. And it wasn't as bad on speakers, but I still think it's too much.
Yeah.
And I feel like some of the drums on it were really electronic in a sort of bad way, and they sounded a bit like clinky and thin. And I was like,
I thought that the mix was
I
weird.
quite liked that they would. Some of them were thin, and some of them were quite bass heavy. And
They definitely did it on purpose because
Yeah,
some
it's
of
very
them,
stylish.
some of
I
them,
felt it added variety throughout the album that you wouldn't
some
have
of
got
them
any
were
other
really
way.
nice, and I so it's not why I'm not like hating on it as much
Yeah.
as I could, but like personally, I was like, I think a load of these songs, if you changed the vocals for me and gave them to someone who'd made that sort of music really well and really like polishedly, I think there could be some really good
Don't
songs
think
in there.
Polish is a word.
But
Probably
like,
isn't.
you know what?
You know what I mean, though.
The
Yeah,
mix,
yeah.
the mix was very stylish. It was someone went in there with that vision to create that sound, and it muddied up a few things. Like the vocals are sometimes hard to understand. I felt like some of the time,
Especially on the metal tracks.
yeah. I felt like you were trying. It's
The
like
vocals were difficult to hear.
it's like trying to work out what Sylvester Stallone is saying, like in some of the Rocky films.
Okay, so favourite tracks.
Oh,
Last Night I Rocked the Room like Elvis, etc., etc.,
yeah.
and Beautiful You.
Nice.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I really loved the first one. Good Morning, My Love, and I liked America's Most Wanted, which is another great track by Mad Villainy right there. And yeah, I'm gonna stick with that.
Okay. I'm gonna go Last Night I Rocked the Room, etc. Fragile, really like that. Exodus, I really liked, and Beautiful You. I'm gonna go with those four.
Okay, well, marks out of 10. James Gareth.
I think there were some alright points on this album. The two songs I mentioned are really good, but I don't think any of the other songs really hit for me, and some of them I really didn't like. Went on way too long and just weren't good.
Okay,
So I'm gonna give it a 4.
a 4.
Wow. I thought you were gonna like it
I
based
could-
on what you said.
I could not listen to this album again. There are a few songs in there that's nice, but just too many of them are too long and not good enough to last as long as they do.
Okay.
James, my boy.
I'm on the verge of giving it a strong 6 or a light 7 because there were times where I didn't feel it kind of melded as an album.
Yeah.
Strong 6. Strong 6.
Okay. Well, personally, I thought there were some really great moments in this album, which I loved a lot. And the album is slightly flawed, but the good moments were good enough for me to give it a 7 because I really enjoyed it. And I'm going to go back and listen to this album again. So, thank you very much for watching. What do you think? Let us know in the comments section and give us a thumbs up and press that big old subscribe button because we'd really appreciate that. Lots and lots. Love you. See you soon. Jesu. Jesu. Jesu? How would you say it? Jesus. Jesus. How do you say it, buddy?
Jesu? No, Jesu.
Jesu. You're Jesu. And you need to
And then you need to put some more beer on it to make it light.
yes, but that exact thing is like a metaphor.
Doesn't sound like it'll work.
No, it doesn't work. We've tried. Lost a lot of fires. So, yeah. What were you feeling?
Okay, so problem I had with this.
Oh, we're
is
going straight
that-
in with problems.
Oh, straight in with problems. Straight in with problems. I didn't.
So I'm going with
I'd say
Jesu.
Jesu.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the feeling you would say
I
that.
fucking knew you'd say Jesu.
Philistine. Jesu and Sun Kill Moon teaming up for a collaborative Kindle meme. And I was like, shit, I should Google that.
You should Google that. You should put it in a dictionary.
Yep.
What did you find out?
What did I find out?
What did you find out?
Well, jump cut to me Google this on my phone.
Jesus, come
No,
on.
just put it away. Fuck that.
Rekindle is like,
It's like
when you have
there's
a fire,
it's gone out.
yeah, album. Well, I was pretty darn excited going in there. And you know what? First up, I got big old kind of shoegaze guitars. You know what? This deep kind of spoken word, muttering style vocals. And this is on the track, Good Morning, My Love. And the vocals were begging this question, what does